After brutally knocking out Jai Herbert, Ilia Topuria has every right to call for the title shot, but he has unfinished business.
Paddy Pimblett, you!
Can you tell us your side of the story? Why did that happen?
He posed like, now I understand why Russia destroyed Georgia because you are dumps.
Georgia's history is filled with war and pain, and for Ilia, it's personal.
When you start to joke about that kind of things, just make sure that we don't find each other anywhere, because I'm gonna take your fucking head off.
So Ilia Topuria just went after Paddy Pimblett backstage at UFC London in the cafeteria area, and it all got caught on video.
As soon as he come out of them double doors, he snarled me. So I looked at him and said, "What?" He like swiped the slap at me. So I stepped back and picked the hand sanitizer up and bounced it off his head.
Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you, bitch!
I feel this way since the first time he texted about Georgia, about my country. Because in 2008, I was living in Georgia when the war happened, you know?
The conflict, which is so personal for Ilia, actually starts with his parents, who are caught in a brutal civil war in Georgia.
And many kids died in that war, many people died in that war, you know, not a lot of good things happen in the wars.
Ilia's parents flee the war and find refuge in Germany, which is where Ilia is born.
I born in Germany. I lived there for 7 years.
Cuando yo tenía más o menos 4 años y mi hermano 5, nos llevó en Alemania en las clases de judo.
Then we moved to Georgia.
Luego cuando fuimos a Georgia nos llevó a clases de Kyokushinkai.
Ilia falls in love with training, but life becomes difficult, as both of his parents have to leave to Spain because they can't find work in Georgia.
Cuando tenía 8 años mis padres pues decidieron venirse a España, y pues para un niño de 8 años era duro, ¿no? Vivir sin sus padres, pues hasta los 15 años vivía sin ellos.
The only person Ilia has is his older brother.
Le costaba porque él de un día a otro, venga, vamos a luchar. Y bueno, nos fuimos a luchar y dijo...
Y pues nada, en Georgia pues conocimos la lucha grecorromana, que fue por donde hemos empezado todo, mi hermano y yo.
7 years later, Ilia and his brother moved to Spain to reunite with their parents.
Y después, cuando nos hemos mudado aquí en España con 15 años, queríamos como seguir practicando el mismo deporte, pero no habían gimnasios de la lucha grecorromana. Y por casualidades de la vida nos hemos encontrado con el gimnasio donde entrenamos hasta el día de hoy, que es el Climen Club.
Finally, when we moved to Spain, we started with BJJ and MMA with all the stuff.
Al principio el objetivo era convertirnos en campeones olímpicos, y eso se convirtió en España de campeones olímpicos a ser campeones de la UFC.
¿Te decides a meterte en esto?
Bueno, pues cuando tenía 15 años pues entré al gimnasio y obviamente como que se me pasaban las horas volando, ¿no? Y estudiar nunca ha sido lo mío, como ir al instituto, estudiar historia, física, química, todo eso como que no le podía poner mi corazón. Pero también a la vez siempre quería hacer algo a lo que le pudiera dedicar mis ganas, ¿sabes lo que te digo? Y al final, cuando entrenaba después dije, pero ¿por qué no me dedico y hago al 100% esto?
When I was 15 years old, I go with my brother to talk to my father, and we tell him like, hey Dad, we don't want to go to school anymore, but we really want to train, and we're gonna go like all day, every day in the gym, and we're gonna train, because my dream was to get to fight in the UFC. And he told me like, if you're really gonna train all the time, and like you tell me, you have my approval.
With no plan B, Ilia makes his professional debut at only 18 years of age. He uses his wrestling and quickly wins his first 2 fights by submission.
Lo que quiero es ganar, pero no quiero ganar a los puntos, ¿sabes? Lo que te digo, yo nunca pienso en los puntos, ¿sabes? Yo no me hacen falta los jueces a comerse un bocata cuando yo peleo.
Despite Ilia's entertaining style, he struggles to gain recognition, because in Spain, MMA was not popular.
I was competing in all the competitions and national competitions, you know, all the time. And I was working because I had to pay all the competitions. I was working in 4 works, you know.
En España seguro. ¿Y por qué no se habla más de ti en el mundo este del vale todo en España cuando eres un tipo que no ha perdido todavía una pelea?
You know, you don't hear of a lot of people coming out of Spain in mixed martial arts. How popular is MMA and the UFC in Spain these days?
1 year before, no one knows or was knowing what was MMA.
Ilia soon realized he had to take matters into his own hands.
Hostia.
Y quedé como súper triste en mi casa, ¿sabes lo que te digo? Porque ya no conseguía peleas ni nada.
Ajá.
Y dije, ¿qué hago? Y el mejor gimnasio en aquel entonces en Europa era All Stars Gym en Suecia. Y dije, bueno, me tengo que ir ahí. En ese momento irme a Suecia para mí me suponía unos gastos grandes, ¿sabes? Que el que me conoce sabe que vengo de la nada. Entonces le pedí ayuda a un amigo, él me extendió la mano, fui a Suecia. Y me firmaron. Y desde ahí me empezaron a salir oportunidades. Luego me llevaron a pelear en Finlandia.
Viene de su pelea en Finlandia, la verdad es que espectacular. No te duro nada.
His performance in Finland earns Ilia his jiu-jitsu black belt.
And I become BJJ black belt with 21 years old.
Somos los primeros georgianos que entran en negros de Georgia. Qué fuerte, tío. Sí, historia.
And he's now more confident than ever that he will be in the UFC.
Yo pensaba y estaba segurísimo que iba a pelear en la UFC. Yo a la gente le decía, digo, yo no es que sé que voy a pelear en la UFC. Mi objetivo no es llegar a la UFC porque yo sé que voy a llegar. Mi objetivo es ser el mejor, ser el campeón de la UFC.
Tengo 21 años, pero yo tengo todo para estar en la UFC. Tengo las ganas, tengo la edad, tengo el equipo, tengo la familia, tengo todo para estar en la UFC. Yo podría estar peleando ahora mismo en la UFC.
Sí, te sientes así.
Por supuesto, por supuesto. Y podía estar peleando en el top.
En el top, además.
Sí.
Ilia was right. 2 fights later and the UFC came calling, but it wasn't what he expected.
Y me iba a ir a los Estados Unidos. Dicen que sí, el mismo día de que tenía el vuelo para ir a Estados Unidos quería pelear en la UFC, pero en Abu Dhabi, en 8 días. Y dije, mira, las oportunidades no te vienen todos los días y menos así, ¿sabes? Esto es mi sueño y me da igual que tenga 8 días, yo voy a aprovechar mi oportunidad.
I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody. I always felt all I needed was to get in there once, just give me one shot and I'll take it home.
Y ahí empezó toda la historia.
Just before Ilia's next fight, Paddy puts out his tweet where he says he understands why Russia terrorizes the lives of people in Georgia. Truth is that back in 2008, when Ilia moved to Spain, Russia launched yet another full-scale invasion on Georgia.
Because in 2008, I was living in Georgia when that war happened, you know? And it was a very difficult time for me, for my family.
Scenes like this, repeated across Georgia, have prompted the country's president to formally announce a state of war.
Today, Russia has launched a full-scale military invasion of Georgia.
It was a very difficult time for me, for my family, for all my friends, for my country. You know, a lot of innocent people, kids, were dying in that war.
Apartment blocks were left burning. Survivors lay blooded, squatting in the rubble of their destroyed homes.
Newspaper reports show her watching over her daughter's body in the rubble.
And see how someone is joking about that, it makes my blood boil.
bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
He fought this dude Jai Herbert, and he went up to 155 for that fight. Jai Herbert is a nasty stand-up fighter. He's so good.
I know Jai's going to knock him out and send him crawling back down to the featherweight division.
Gets head kicked.
Oh! No way!
A ver, recibo el golpe, caigo al suelo.
He's not going to win though.
How tough is Topuria?
Pero de repente dije, ya no te puedes quedar abajo.
Pero lo más gracioso de ahí fue de cuando lo noqué.
Next round sent him into the dark land.
Unbelievable knockout by Topuria. Your guy here, he's a Paddy Pimblett, win or lose. I wanna fight you next and kick like I did the last time. You.
For Ilia's next fight, again Paddy Pimblett is on the same card as him.
Wanna talk to me like the man-to-man? You said something about me. I went to your country. I slapped your face.
Talking English,
what you did? What you did?
You little pussy. What? Do it. Do it. Come on, do something then. Do something. Stand up. What'll you do? You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. You little fart. Go and sit back down. Sit back down. You little pussy. Puta.
Fucking pussy.
One final question for Bryce Mitchell in the back. Do you think Ilia's making a mistake focusing on Paddy when he had his youth standing across him in the octagon?
I don't care what he focuses on, brother. I really don't. All I know is I'm showing up to whoop ass.
Yes, Bryce! Yes!
Can't wait to see you smoke this clown on the weekend, lad. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, he talks a lot of shit.
Talks a lot of shit, lad. Doesn't back it up.
Just curious, do you have interest in booking them down the line, that matchup, Paddy and Ilia?
I mean, the way he looked tonight, you know, I'm sure that kid's looking at title. He wants the title, you know, so he's working his way this way.
Dana was right. One fight later and Ilia was next in line for the title shot. But standing across from him was Alexander Volkanovski, Ilia's toughest challenge yet.
Ilia been running his mouth. If he wants to keep going, I'll show him what's up and I'll squash him too.
Was always in my mind, and I always were training like one day I'm gonna face him.
Ilia was confident, but no one could have predicted just how far he would go.
Or he's literally fighting the best guy ever in that division, and he's telling everybody, I'm gonna fuck this dude up inside of 2 rounds.
How do you see this fight playing out on Saturday? How do you win the fight?
I see myself knock him out in the first round.
Hasn't even fought Volkanovski yet. He's already got world champion, undefeated, 15-0, in his bio. You know how hilarious it's going to be if he loses.
I'm gonna crush him in the first round. Trust me what I'm telling you.
You know?
Trust me.
In the first round?
In the first round, I'm gonna put his lights out.
Really?
Yeah.
Ilia Topuria is either going to be the biggest laughing stock in MMA history, or an absolute superstar. Almost has to work out for him now, or it will be like if McGregor never beat Aldo.
It's like in the jungle. One king gets old. He starts getting sloppy, he starts stagnating. Then a young gorilla comes up and kills him and takes everything he owns. That is what is happening here.
You already know what's going to happen. You just came ready for the retirement.
You may as well take advantage of it now. You're never going to see it again.
Pues el mismo de siempre, ¿no? Convertirme en el campeón de UFC. Y bueno, aquí está, a un paso de convertir algunos objetivos que nos propusimos cuando éramos más chiquitos, ¿no?
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
They're gonna tell you you can do it. They're gonna knock you down and doubt you. But guess what? The only person you need to achieve anything in this life is yourself. Just trust yourself, work tirelessly, have faith, and everything is possible. Look at me now.
How do you think you would beat Ilia Topuria? Or grab him by the scruff of the chest and slap that little nose off him, yeah? Little ding-dong of a thing he is, yeah?